Well, if we're showing this flag, it must mean a good thing, and it is. Jonas Donskoy in overtime gives the Sharks their first ever win in the Stanley Cup final, and the Sharks win and have brought back the series to somewhat of respectability. With that, welcome to Pucknology After Dark. Following a crazy 3-2 Sharks overtime win in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final, I am alongside AJ Strong. Oh,
Hi-yo!
and I thought it was Ian Reed.
I'm Logan Couture. Hi. I'm pretty happy about this win. I think we cheated and it finally paid off. And yeah, that's it. I have nothing to say.
If you want to be a part of this show, join the conversation using the hashtag PucknologyAfterDark. You can follow us on Twitter. Tonight you have PuckGuy14, AJ_Strong, I read Pucknology, or you can tweet at the main handle at Pucknology. You can also use the Google chat in the YouTube page. We'll be happy to take all your questions and comments as we roll along here. All right. Well, I'll let your initial thoughts carry you right now, and we'll go to AJ Strong. Good evening, sir. We have a win in the Stanley Cup Final for the San Jose Sharks. Your thoughts?
Dear God, man. Can we stop? Can we not? Can we just, have a nice blowout win, please?
No.
Just one. Obviously I'm just ecstatic about the win. We have the series. I was a little worried. Somebody had tweeted out that no team has ever gone 0-5 in OT in one round of play, or in the playoffs as a whole. And there's a couple people, Adrian Dater, one of them, that was thinking we were going to see history tonight, that the Sharks are going to go make it 0-5. Thank God they didn't. But while I'm ecstatic for the win, I'm telling you, man, I'm still nervous as hell about this. At one point they said that Burns had 15 shots, 12 of them were blocked by Penguins. They are clearly keeping our defense out on the perimeter and just getting in their lanes. The Sharks defense has to do much more to find the open lanes, get those pucks on net. Pavelski, I'm wondering if he's injured at this point. At one point towards the end of the game, he had the perfect opportunity to check one of the Penguins behind the net and just brushed right by him, skated off, nothing, wanted zero contact. So I'm wondering if he has a lingering injury or something. I'm a little wondering about that, because Pavelski so far in this series, not the Pavelski we saw in the previous 3 rounds, and also had a terrible giveaway at the line. Martin, Dylan, Polak. Oh boy, especially Dylan and Polak. Again, they're getting exposed left and right. Pittsburgh's still way too fast, and the Sharks this entire series have just looked incredibly tight. I don't understand. Leading before this, the first 3 series, we would see them just kind of loose and loosey-goosey, whatever you want to call it. You saw Thornton on the bench dancing with, in somebody else's barn, squirting water over having a good time. It looks like no one is having any fun right now. So I'm nervous about that going into Monday. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. Ian?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm happy, but I'm happy with the win, and I don't want to shit on a win, but this is just the tip of the iceberg of what needs to be done. And if I'm bringing everyone down, I apologize. Send me some mean tweets. They don't win Game 4, and they didn't show me enough in this game that just gives me any confidence that they're going to come back and win this series. If they win Game 4, then maybe that changes, but oh man, it's just Pittsburgh's running all over them, and yeah, they shorten the bench, but can they shorten the bench for a whole game? I don't know. Dylan and and Pollock are a disaster, and just an unmitigated disaster. And I don't know if putting DeMello in at this point would fix that. I have no confidence in that. So yeah, awesome win. Obviously, super excited about the win. Go Sharks! But man, I just it didn't really lift my spirits that much.
Yeah, and Chester Chivo just commenting in on the Twitter machine. That was the first game that the Sharks have won this postseason in which Pavs did not register a point.
It's also the first win in overtime for the Sharks this postseason. They were 0-4 going in. For Jonas Donskoy, he becomes the first Finnish-born player since Jari Kurri in 1987 in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final against the Flyers to score a game-winning goal in overtime. To which begs this question, I think it was Bleeding Teal who mentioned it, where would this team be without Tomas Hertl and Jonas Donskoy? Ian, I'll start with you. Donskoy, I mean, my goodness, DW, I think, just made himself a genius on that signing, which was a little over a year ago now.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was a huge fan of this signing. I mean, going back into I was like, watch for this guy to come out of training camp because he's gonna be something. And you know what? This is a guy who in the Finnish Elite League last year was the MVP of the playoffs, and with plays like that, you know why. Tomas Hertl is. I like Tomas Hertl a lot, and everyone knows I'm a pretty huge fan of Tomas Hertl. I can't help but I've said this a couple of times now, so I know this is kind of a broken record, but I feel like I don't know if anything's wrong with Pavs. It's just that Pavs has two sticks all over his whenever he tries to do anything. Jumbo has two sticks all over his whenever he tries to do anything. I just think that Hertl was by eliminating the other two guys, you were giving Hertl some more room to work with, which made him look better-ish than the other guys look. And look, I understand that we need to break through, but it's we're gonna be good.
Yeah. We have a few people on the Google chat right now, basically kind of saying we're being buzzkills and killjoys and what have you. Well, first off, that's going to happen anytime Ian's on the show.
Sorry.
But it is a case of, once again, I mean, the numbers tell the story, guys.
Yeah.
The numbers tell you what's going on. Again, tonight the Sharks 0 for 3 on the power play. I mean, granted, their penalty kill has been very good these 3 games, but 0 for 3 on the power play. And the story heading into this series was the Penguins would need to be disciplined, or as we've seen, the refs just aren't going to call jack shit. But that plays into that plays into the advantage for the Penguins, because it was all about this keeping the lethal Sharks power play off the ice. So far, we haven't seen it, and the power plays that they have gotten have not looked very good. And then you go into the story of the other numbers. The Sharks, bizarrely enough, and when was the last time we talked about this? The Sharks out-hit the Penguins 47-17. And you know why? Is because they didn't have the puck. They weren't possessing the puck. That's when you can go and hit people. That's the problem. They did do a little bit better in the face-offs, 39-36, which finally, that was nice. Oh, Jesus Christ, we have 2 Erics for a second.
Trying to balance out the negativity, I think.
Yeah.
Well, here's yes, exactly.
And then we get to the block shots. The Sharks have to find the open lanes. They can't let Pittsburgh block all those shots. Let's face it, Burns, for the most part, has been completely neutralized. So I'm just waiting for that dominant performance, the performance we saw against Nashville in Game 5 and in Game 7. Something along those lines. We need to see at least one performance, because so far we've seen, 9+ periods of hockey when you throw in the OT. And I think the Sharks have, played their game for about 2 of them all in.
See, I thought tonight was a lot better. I think even the NBC guys mentioned how that they played a great period, but they just ended up getting that the Penguins ended up getting that goal at the last minute of the second period. I thought they came out hard. I thought they definitely fed off the crowd, which, by the way, to those who went to the game, great freaking job. You guys brought the noise early on, and even when Pittsburgh was down, you guys carried them throughout the night, and that place went nuts on a Donskoy goal. I just think they played a lot better, and now I think, okay, Pavs needs to get going. Jumbo's started to get moving tonight. I think you have I think you see what they've done, and if you think about it, they're a defensive breakdown away, a great face-off play away from maybe, calling me crazy, being up 3-0. Pittsburgh's keeping them in this, guys, and the way that they've been using their speed throughout, they've stayed with them even if they've been out-hustled by them.
Yeah.
I mean, would have been nice to have the power play do something tonight? No, but they've neutralized Pittsburgh's. I think there's been, one power play goal for each side in this series?
Well, and I was going to say, and let's talk about that for a second. We've covered it ad nauseum a little bit, game 1 and game 2, so why not beat it into the ground this one? Again, the officiating tonight, abhorrent. Both
sides.
Well, yeah, no, definitely, easily both sides. And you can hear, I listen to, I'm sorry, I'm one of those guys that cannot stand more than 2 seconds of listening to Doc Emmerich scream for no particular reason whatsoever. So I was listening to the K-Fox broadcast, and you had both Ruzanowski and Hedekin talking, like at one part, what was, I think it was like Braun Trip Crosby or something, that wasn't called, and then like 20 seconds later, Paul Martin gets tripped,
right.
No call. I mean, it's just, okay. I mean, just to see what happened in the previous rounds leading up to this, where things were being called on a very similar to how things were in the regular season, and then all of a sudden to come to the finals and everything goes out the window. It's just ridiculous, and
it makes it just, you throw up your hands up in the air and go, okay, is this going to be called today or is this not going to be called today? Is a little thing going to be 2 or 4? Joel Ward's mouth was bleeding, 3 nights ago. Now a little peck on Jumbo's cheek gets 4 minutes while Joel Ward's mouth gets nothing. I mean, it's just...
And to not score on that 4-minute power play, I mean...
Yeah. And they had some chances, but they still look sloppy. Back to you, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's fine. I mean, I know we're getting, in the chat, look no one is saying that I'm not saying that winning a Stanley Cup's supposed to be easy. I'm not saying that the Sharks should have just steamrolled through this. Pittsburgh's a hell of a team. But, I feel like I'm doing you a disservice if I don't, if I could wave the pom-poms with the best of them. Don't get me wrong. I mean, right. I love this team. I live and die with this team. I would hope that'd be blatantly obvious after 100+ episodes of this. But there's things that still make me nervous. Am I happy the Sharks won tonight? Of course I'm fucking happy the Sharks won tonight. I'm ecstatic. Yeah. There's a lot of positives to take from this game. Eric's right, and I've said this before too. A lucky bounce here or there, and this series could totally be another way. I just feel like the majority of the time the Penguins are carrying the play, and that's concerning to me. Yeah. That's it.
And see, and Don on the chat saying I'm acting like we should be having blowouts. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the Sharks should be controlling the play better. Right now, they are getting completely outworked and out-hustled by a faster Penguins squad. That's it. That's plain and simple. They're faster, and they're getting to pucks quicker. They're dominating the neutral zone. They're not allowing the Sharks to have any type of a breakout most of the time. I mean, and the play, I mean, you ask anybody, the Sharks' play for 3 games in a row has been very sloppy. And I forget who, Gackle or somebody had tweeted out early. I wish I could remember exactly what the stat was. If somebody knows, if you can pull it up. But it was something about they hadn't done something 3 games in a row since November. I wish I could remember what it was. But, I mean, it was just, it's insane. So, look, I'm not saying that the Sharks should have some ridiculous, huge blowout. It would be nice. And you know what? If the power play comes through tonight, we had another one off the post again. You look at the game 2, where we had like those 5 shots off the post. Just 3 of those. If a few of those go in, all of a sudden maybe we are looking at a little bit more of a blowout. I mean, the pendulum could have swung very easily either way. And hey guys, we're so far we've seen 3 consecutive 1-goal games, 2 into overtime. Because oddly enough, overtime games end, once you score just 1 goal. But if we go that way, we could very easily see this be a best of 3 after Monday night, and I think that's what we're all hoping for.
And here's the thing. Like I said before, a couple bounces our way, and this thing is 3-0. But my question to you guys is this. What are the Penguins doing to keep the Sharks in this series? Because while the Sharks have played so like you guys have mentioned, they're doing something to keep these games tight. I mean, all 3 games have been 1-goal games, and again, if it weren't for a defensive breakdown by Martin and Burns, we're probably going to overtake for that.
You're asking how the Sharks are.
No, what are the Penguins doing that's keeping the Sharks in this series if we're getting dominated so much? That's my point.
They've had a very hard time getting a puck past Martin Jones. That's what they're doing.
Okay, besides that.
I don't know, Ian?
I'd answer the same thing. Martin Jones has been just... I didn't like his play early on. I know I called out his play a little bit early on. I know Pollock and Dillon are kind of a gong show out there right now, and I think we could go on about that for hours. But I thought that he was really overplaying the puck tonight more than he normally does, I found. And yeah, they closed right. They zeroed right in on him, and it made me nervous a lot when he left the net tonight, because it seemed like the only places he had to put it was a Penguin stick. And again, that's probably on our defense more than it is on Jones. But oh man, what a mess.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, but I mean, Jones has been phenomenal in this series, but I think Don Julio mentioned it right there. The Penguins seem to take shifts off. They did it against Tampa. They're doing it here too. But they're playing. Yeah, they aren't playing their best hockey, but they're getting enough done. And I think that's what we saw tonight, and it's just been like they've been getting better and better as the series goes on.
I think tonight's
tonight for sure.
Tonight, I think matchups helped a little. I don't think this has been a huge matchup deciding series, but I think tonight that was a little bit of an extra edge too. And I mean, it's not like I don't give the Sharks a lot of credit. I mean, when they were finally able to get in the zone, they were able to. There was a few shifts where they were holding the zone no problem. It's just I just wish that they could find a way to get through all those freaking legs that magically come out of nowhere. I really like the Sharks game tonight. But it wasn't. I don't think they. It was maybe it was more of an even game. I don't think the Sharks had the pushback. I was expecting more of a pushback tonight. I was expecting more of the big guns to show up, and they're pretty much keeping the big guns locked down.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. Well, no, it's just I had a point that I was going to make for a second, and it just kind of escaped me. The Penguins, I feel, especially in Game 1, I feel like so far we've seen the Penguins at their best. And over 3 games, I don't think we've seen anywhere near the Sharks' best game and what they can do. I just don't think we have. There's been a ton of sloppy hockey, and as I stated earlier, they just seem tight. They seem kind of in awe of the whole thing right now, and they're, like I said, they're not loose. It's in the sloppy pass. I mean, Pavelski with that little backhander at the point, putting it right on. I think it was Bonino's stick, and it like, what the hell are you doing? Paul Martin not having a good series. Justin Braun dealing with an ass ton of personal shit that I don't even want to know what that's like to go through, but. And still, not playing very good in those first 2 games. Did a little bit better tonight, but still 2 goals in 3 games. I mean, the shit he's dealing with, and he's still able to put a couple goals in the a little couple biscuits in the basket. I still go back to Thornton and Pavelski. Those guys are big money guys. We need to see more of them. And Marlowe. Bro, where are you at? I mean, there's just a few names that we saw them show up in those first 3 rounds that we're just not seeing it right now. And, thank God for that. I forget who it was, but there was a few people that had talked about that bottom 6 that the Sharks had in previous rounds, that they contributed nothing, or not even bottom 6, but kind of like the younger guys or whatever. And you look that, Donskoy and Tierney, holy crap. I mean, what are those guys going to be in 3 or 4 years?
Right. And then you throw in Timo Meier and maybe even Goldobin down the road. I mean, this is great right now, but the future looks really good. And down the road, and I know Ian has just been oogling and googling about our development staff, but a couple of things before we move on.
Not so much the staff, just the guys in the system.
That's what I meant. My bad.
Okay.
I'm really excited. But DeBoer, just really quick, sorry guys, said on Hurdle he's still day to day, so remains to be seen what his chances are for Game 4. He also went on to say we haven't had a lot of power plays and we got one, so maybe that's a little hint to wink wink hint to keep an eye on what the Penguins are doing. And then at the score, they're calling it the biggest goal in Sharks history.
Tonight's Donskoy?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Especially if it turns the series around. If this series turns around and like we win Game 4 and then go on to win the series, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be it's the turning point of the whole. I don't want to look too far ahead, but it's the turning point of the whole series at that point. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. No, tonight's Donskoy just knocked Ward, Pavelski, Baker. Everybody went down a peg. The Donskoy now owns the most important goal in Sharks history right now. So there's that. There's a few people on the chat. So I guess we should just say this to them. Oh my God, the Sharks are so going to win this, and I wish I had pom poms. Oh, I have a little bit of a towel. Yay, the Sharks won! Yay! Okay, are we all okay now? Okay. Like everybody is just like, oh, you guys are bringing me down and blah blah blah. Hey,
Chester Chivo, please tell me you can record that.
Woo! Sharks won! Woo! We all feel better now? Is that better? You okay, Jake? Jesus.
Another thing too is just because Jake, I don't think any of us said the Sharks deserved to lose this game or didn't deserve the win.
No, yeah. See, guys, I think the point is that we won a game in the Stanley Cup Final. It's our first home game in the Stanley Cup Final, and the atmosphere was electric. It's still electric. So here's what happened. I was doing my boom bump and I knocked the cord out, and unfortunately that's where my computer died. So I went to grab my phone to join back in with you guys. Across the street from the arena is where NBCSN is doing their post-game show, and Autumn Street has like a ton of fans around it right now because it's so electric. And I will say this, JR might be getting some love, if you know what I mean.
I don't want to go there. We're not completely after dark yet. But I will say to talk about that for a second. I've been to a couple of the rallies this postseason. I saw photos from today's rally, and it looked fucking insane out there. It did not look like you could fit another person on Autumn Street. Looked like a fucking madhouse. It was awesome to see.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about in a couple of things. One, how badly does NBC Bay Area wish they had this game on their TV instead of NBCSN?
Well, why the hell's it on NBCSN to begin with? I mean, this is stupid. You're trying
Did you hold on? Did you see the tweet from earlier? I think it was from Mark Purdy. Couldn't even fucking believe this. He had tweeted out had going into tonight, had the game or the series, I'm sorry, had the series been tied at 1, it would have been on NBC. But because it was a 2-1, they shifted it over to that. I mean, I don't even get, like, you're trying to, push this sport, try to get it more and more popularity, and you're going to relegate it to your sports network that, probably 30% of the U.S. doesn't even have in their cable package because they charge extra for it or whatever the deal is. But to not have this on a national broadcast, you got to be kidding me, man.
But I mean, that's the big point here, is how sickening is that? I mean, Ian, tell me if I'm wrong, but are any of the games on Sportsnet instead of CBC?
No, they're all on CBC at this point. The second it goes final, it's on CBC, which is, I mean, a channel that everybody has.
Right.
Amazing.
I mean, that'd be like...
And even if you don't have it, if you're in Canada, you can stream it for free on CBC.com. Like, it's just... It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, and Chester Chivo, saying on NBC Bay Area and across NBC stations everywhere, it was a repeat of Dateline NBC.
Right.
I mean, how can you do that?
Yeah, it's retarded.
Simulcast it. You don't see, LeBron and Steph Curry tomorrow being on ESPN2. I mean, come on.
The Ocho! Put them on the Ocho!
Put them on the Ocho. Well, it seems like we're on the Ocho sometimes with NBCSN. No disrespect, but, if not everybody could see it, I mean, that's my point. But,
go ahead. Just addressing St. Owen's comment, he said that he doesn't think that's true, that this game was always going to be on NBCSN and Game 4 on NBC. I'm just, hey, don't shit the messenger, man. I'm just telling you what Purdy tweeted out earlier, that apparently if it was 1-1, it was going to be different. Can we just take a quick detour for a second? This is just something that's been just driving me a little bit. So just for the, this is one of those patented AJ rants. Lord knows I haven't done one in a while, so
Chivo, get the picture ready.
Just bear with me. But tonight, I had a little bit of a meltdown with regards to who opened the dressing room door tonight. Okay, Marshawn Lynch. Okay, I get it. He's from Oakland. Don't know what Oakland has to do with the San Jose Sharks. He plays for a hated rival of the Bay Area. And he did, and he plays a different sport. So it was just kind of like, after seeing Marshawn Lynch open the door tonight, the first thing that popped in my mind was, I'm like, oh, are we gonna see the Anaheim Angels get like Matt Nieto to open their door for a game after this is all done? Like that's that's the way it kind of is. Well, he represents SoCal. So and then I started talking to Puck Guy during the game, going through the names of the people that have opened the doors so far, and it's like Ronnie Lott, absolutely Bay Area legend, Bay Area teams. Christy Yamaguchi, Bay Area Olympic skater, married to the guy who does color. That makes sense. Wozniak, I mean,
Barracuda season ticket holder.
And I've seen him check in at I don't know how many Sharks games on Twitter. I mean, he's always around, and we're in the middle of the valley, and he's he would be considered one of the kings of the valley with Apple. And then Game 2 in the Western Conference semis. Josh Thompson. Why? Why are you bringing in like some UF? I don't even know what the hell it's called, but the fighter dude. I'm sorry, I don't watch that stuff. It doesn't do anything for me. But I didn't even know who the hell Josh Thompson was. So okay, then things kind of went a little bit, turned around the corner. Then the next game, Owen Nolan. Absolutely, fucking A. How has it not been alumni from the get-go? How has it not been Friesen or Sturm or Urbe or Larionov or Ulf Dahlin? I mean, pick a name that you could bring in here to open those doors, especially on the 25th anniversary when they're doing the whole alumni thing. And from what I understand, Owen Nolan was actually a last-minute fill-in because Hunter Pence was supposed to do it, but the Giants, when they played that game earlier that day, it went to extras, so he couldn't make it in time. So, but either way, when I saw Nolan was opening, it was just like, yeah, how come it wasn't like that to begin with? The next game, E40, once again, East Bay rapper. Mm-hmm. Don't really know what the hell that has to do with the San Jose Sharks, what the connection is.
He's a pretty well-known rapper, though.
Well-known rapper. I play his songs when I'm DJing. Don't get me wrong. I played "Tell Me When to Go" I don't know how many times, but I still it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Then Wondolowski. Okay, I get it. Huge name for the Earthquakes. They play 5 seconds away from the tank, and I get the tie-in to South Bay team, San Jose. Totally understand that. Condoleezza fucking Rice, are you serious? Like, what the hell does that have to do with the Sharks?
She went to
Stanford. Good for her. But it's like, you never mix politics with anything. Sports, religion, and you don't bring in a political person, especially one who served in an administration that, I don't even want to get into it right now. I'm not even going to get into it. But that was an awful choice. And then James Hetfield. Okay, we get the tie-in from there. Hello, his band performed, wrote the song that the Sharks come out to. That totally makes sense. Which brings me back to Marshawn Lynch tonight. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. I thought it was silly. But anyway, that's my rant. I still think the Sharks should go with, it should have just been straight alumni. Do you understand how fucking lit up the tank would have been if Arturs Urbe was the one who opened the door tonight?
No, I agree with you.
You think they would have stayed awake?
Should we get into that?
Or the fact that, what's his name, Spites from the Warriors was at the game tonight. Why didn't he open the door? At least he plays for a local team. You know what I mean?
Do you really want to put the fucking Warriors on TV at a fucking Sharks game?
I don't. But I would have taken that over Marshawn Lynch. Like lesser of two evils.
Wow. Wow. Yuki. Wow. I'm not going to comment to that, but I think, it depends on availability. Yeah, obviously, Pence would have been huge, and unfortunately now he's going to have hamstring surgery, so unless he's coming out in crutches a couple of days after hamstring surgery, and if I'm not mistaken, it kind of reminds me of the Havlat incident. I think don't think he's available, but and they're not even in town. But if they were in town for Monday, I'd be like Buster Posey would have been cool. Freaking Dave Stewart from the A's, something like that. But like the one I mentioned earlier tonight, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, both had season tickets when the Sharks came to town and were playing at the Cow Palace. It would be huge to see them do that. But I like your thoughts, AJ. Alumni. To me, you can't top Owen. Unless you get Bakes to do it. But I think you have 2 home games left. Hopefully, you
ignore me.
What?
He's a jerk.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know we had a guest. Oh my!
I'm
Read
so
the chat,
sorry.
goofball.
What was that, Hen?
Joining us is a mega fan of the show and
Apparently a proud Joe Pavelski autographed puck owner.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
very unprepared. Very
very
unprepared.
No, I'm unprepared
please.
every show.
Oh, please. Laurel, hello, my dear.
Yes.
How are you? First off, how are
Hi,
you doing?
guys.
Hello.
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much. I'm nervous to be here, of course. I just want to thank you all very much at Pucknology. I just recently watched the video. Eric Landy was wishing my family the best in what's going on with us with my father's cancer and my mother just having a heart attack. And I just like to thank you guys very much for love and support and for everything that you guys do and for being a part of my Shark's life.
Oh,
So thank you very
well,
much.
of course, Laurel. Absolutely,
You're very
Laurel.
welcome.
We appreciate the love and how much you share the show with everybody on your timeline through the Facebook groups, through Twitter. I mean, you've been nothing but great for us and appreciate it for sure. But what did you think
You
of
guys are
tonight?
awesome and worth the time. What was that, Hen?
What did you think of tonight?
I absolutely lost my voice, and that kind of is good for you guys. So I can't as loud as I usually am, and I do type as fast as I talk, and you can hear crap behind me because, like I said, I wasn't prepared. But anyway, thank you guys again so much, and I'm going to give the air back to you guys completely. Love ya, and I'll bug you in chat. Go Sharks.
Go Sharks. Much love to you, Laurel. Thank you so much. We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys. Mwah, love ya.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that was Laurel. Huge fan of the program. Really appreciate all she's done along with everybody else. But Laurel has been like one of the super fans of this program for sure.
She's been here longer than I've been.
Well,
I'm
Am
going.
I disconnected or still on the air?
You're still on the air.
You're
Hey.
still on.
All right, guys, how do we do that?
Uh-oh.
Because I didn't like.
I got you. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, gee, no, I feel so bad now. She acted like she wanted to be taken off, and then I kick her off, and then it's like mid-sentence. I'm very sorry about that. I didn't mean that.
Way to go, AJ.
I know. Now I feel like a first-class heel. I didn't know that she wanted to get something else in there. She sounded like she was like, okay.
I'm going to retweet some videos. The crowd I'm seeing emptying the Shark Tank. The crowd's just so insane. Don Julio had a great shot in there. I think.
You have some stuff to share or no?
I mean, it's just I can screenshot it. I can screen share,
I'll
but
help you out.
I was gonna say, you know what? That sounds like a pain in the ass. So just go follow Don Julio. He says he's got some good stuff. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Here we go.
Oh, he's got it. There you go. There's Ian. Yeah, on there.
I broke it.
You broke it? Here, hang on. I got it.
Oh, there you go.
There
That's
we go.
awesome.
Obviously, you can't hear it, but the place was just electric as it was letting out. Those of you hoping for Game 4 tickets to go kind of be on the cheap side, no. Maybe Game 2 of the NBA Final tickets will be a little bit cheaper now at the Sharks one, but we'll see.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You know what's funny is I noticed, I forget who posted about it, but NBA Finals tickets
Are
were
cheaper.
cheaper
By like
than the
half the
Sharks.
price. By like half. But
That's just amazing.
Yeah, but you know what I think part of that is that the two things. First off, it's the exact same matchup as last year, and the Warriors have already had it. Like, if the Warriors hadn't won last season, I think it'd be different. But because the Warriors won last season, I think that's why you're seeing it differently. Just like, and if the situation was reversed, if the Sharks were going for their second consecutive championship, I think the Sharks would be less. So, my 2 cents.
Yeah. I'm just showing. This is across the street, like I said earlier, across the street where NBCSN is shooting their post game, and it's just and you can hear them chanting "We want the cup," and the crowd is. You think there would be a street rally going right now that there's so many people on there.
And we're having a pity party. What about that?
Yeah, see, and that's the whole thing. That's probably why like everybody is just like
And I think
bagging on
that's.
this right now.
But I mean,
St. Owen's saying, they are still chanting over by the NBC Sports Desk right now in autumn, and I guarantee you, San Pedro Street tonight is going to be insane.
oh my gosh,
People are going to be at all the bars. They're going to just be nobody's getting anywhere out of San Pedro tonight.
all I'm going to say is that's what we've always wanted in San Jose, to be excited about a team, a championship squad, and to have all of this come together. I mean, I'm sure it has to be in overtime, but I mean that whole stretch from like Santa Clara and Autumn, even on the backside, going past Henry's High Life, or going through Santa Clara Street all the way to San Pedro. Oh my God! I'm telling you right now, I wish like hell I could, one, be down there, and two, I can't wait for Monday because I have ticket to a game 4, and my God, I can't wait. I mean, Hurdle, this is dream. This is dream to finally see this in person. And my gosh, if it's anything like tonight, um, it's
Hold
going to
on.
be amazing.
Okay, Ian, I don't know if you just saw the tweet from Chester. Can you share that Vine, because that is hysterical? He just shared a Vine from at the fourth period.
Yeah, gotcha.
And it's hysterical because
Give me a second here.
you got Donskoy scoring the goal and utter disbelief from Thornton. Like, what? Did we just win? Like, just watch Thornton's face here. Watch this. Let it roll again. So wait, what? What? Dude, I mean, and
I can't believe it's not butter.
Right? Oh my God, that's awesome! That is awesome, dude. That's the whole thing. Is right there. That image. I mean, that's gonna be memed, but somebody is gonna shorten up that clip so you don't see Donskoy at the beginning and everything. And someone's gonna crop that just right, probably Chivo, and it's gonna be like when someone tells you it's butter.
Hashtag Joe Thornton can't believe, and that's what I'm saying.
Somebody's going to do some very cool stuff with that. If anything, you know what it's going to be? Someone's going to like have the Jordan meme switch from crying to smiling, and then they're going to cut to the Thornton thing going. Like, wait, he's smiling now?
No, you got the perfect one. You just go to a clip of Maury saying, "You are not the father," and then
oh man.
All I'm saying, whoever does that, make sure you give me some credit.
That's pretty good. That is awesome. Or you know what it'll be? Somebody will show a picture of Burns clean shaven, and then they cut to Thornton. Just I like it.
Oh, my goodness.
Should we move on to Game 4, boys?
Absolutely. It's going to be an epic game. I think, like I said, the Sharks have been getting progressively better and better, and now that they have the home advantage, they can seize it. And boy, howdy, the fans will be even more pumped, even more so than you can possibly think about it. I mean, to have that, and if they can get on the Penguins early.
That's the whole thing. Can we score? Can we finally score the
first goal?
Yeah, let's get the first goal, please. Score first. And again, it's like the other thing that still has not happened yet that I'm like just dying to see. And okay, let's see here. Breaking news. I don't know if you guys can go back to my timeline a little bit before this game started, or I think it was before OT, but I believe I had tweeted out something along the lines of at that point, at that time. I think it was just before the overtime started. I tweeted out a screenshot of whatchamacallit, the StubHub, and what tickets were going for at that exact moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, like I said, unfortunately, I'm running a little slow because I'm hosting this and doing all that. But I thought the cheapest ticket listed on there was somewhere in the neck of the woods of Okay, I just found it, $5.95. So right now, they've gone up just a scotch. They've gone up to $6.10, but I remember after Game 2, I saw for a brief time there were tickets for $5.50. So now we're back up to $6.10. It would not surprise me to see these tickets go back up to $6.50, $6.60. So.
Oh, trust me. I mean, the brokers unfortunately are going to have a field day with this. I'm curious to see if anybody who picked up any of the tickets that were available at the tank today. They had like a few last minute tickets. I guess it's the Penguins ones. If they were used extras, they weren't available. So they broke out the wristband system for the first time in forever.
What? I saw that they were doing wristbands this morning.
Mm-hmm. They had wristband system in place.
Don't they always do that?
Rarely. When's the last time you've seen that this season? You haven't seen.
Well, because tickets haven't been in demand like they were in previous years.
But even then, I mean, look at the Nashville series and such. But I mean, something you can look forward to. But I'm curious to see how much the standing room only price was tonight.
I would have been interested in knowing that.
Hey guys, this just in. The ice in San Jose was bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Dude, that is brand new information.
I just wanted to let you guys know.
Wow.
No, there's an article on Pucknology about it. Ian Cole was basically saying it was like trying to play football on ice, but Crosby and Sullivan kind of downplayed and said it's June, it's San Jose. What do you expect?
Yeah, I mean if you're outside the area, it was very overcast, especially up here in the East Bay, in the mid 80s, almost low 90s. The sun did eventually peak out mid afternoon. But the humidity was probably just really bad. And throw in the Andrea Bocelli concert last night. That's probably more of an issue. Even the NBC guys had mentioned that it was unusually warm inside the arena tonight as well.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me. How great would it have been? Yeah, but you know what? If you look at the weather index, the average temperature the beginning of June around these parts, we're talking 79, 80, right in there. We're not talking 98, 99, 100. We just don't. We usually don't hit that until mid-July around these parts. Usually, and the other thing, too, if you go back and look at the previous couple of years, we've had a very, very mild summer the last couple of years. So I don't know if this has something to do with the El Nino thing from before. Okay, hold on. We clearly have let's present this to everyone. Okay, what does this say?
When Thornton finds out the guys from Pucknology do this for free.
Wow, dude, that's...
Chivo, I freaking love you, man.
Dude, that's tight, bro. That's tight.
Fuck yes.
When Thornton... Oh, my God,
See,
dude.
I told you guys we make everybody smile. That's right.
Dude,
Back to you, AJ.
That's pretty tight. But anyway, yeah, the weather, unfortunately, it's going to be crap. But as they always say, both teams are playing on the same sheet of ice.
That's it.
So... if you can use that to your advantage, you use it to your advantage, and hopefully the Sharks. I know we had talked about it earlier.
Oh no!
I know we talked about it earlier about maybe putting a little extra water on there to try to make it a little more slushy and maybe slow the other team down. Oh crap! Here we go. So what's this one now? Oh.
What? Thornton.
Leave it up there. Leave it up there. Oh my God.
That's
dude, that is stellar. That is stellar.
That's
damn.
never going to go away. I'm just
Oh, I
letting
know
you
it's never
that.
going away.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Dude, well, see, and you know what though? He needs to do one specifically for Chris. So when Thornton finds out Chris JWS picked the Blues in 7.
No. I was gonna say when Thornton finds out that Chris sang Taylor Swift. Ryan McCann in the chat says the NHL will now invest in fighting climate change. Turns the ice green. Yes. St. Owen, yes, there was a few tickets today. There wasn't much. I think it was mostly the standing room only above section 225.
Yep. And St. Owen also calling it January the past 2 years. Exactly. That's what it was. Like the last 2 Junes around here were very cool. I don't know that it ever got up over 80 for the last 2 Junes. It was very nice. So that's why this has been kind of an anomaly and, kind of a bummer because it's going to be like this until next weekend. So who is concerned about Pav and Couture slumping? I think that would be everyone. I know I'm concerned about it. I mean, what about you guys? I mean, do Couture? I don't think is injured. I don't know what's going on there, but Pavelski, I think we're gonna once this series is said, is over and done. I think we're going to hear about something.
We're going to hear about a lot of something. I think Jumbo's got to be hurt especially after that slash. Hurdle, who knows? But let's put it this way: it must be something really serious to keep him out of a Stanley Cup final game.
All right, Chester Chivo coming back with when Joe Thornton sees Condoleezza Rice outside the dressing room door.
Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, okay, for those of you who aren't aware or don't know, at Chester Chivo, just go follow him because you will laugh the rest of the evening. Now, it'd be hard-pressed not to have a smile on your face because the Sharks won tonight, but if you need it to be just a little bigger, like go full-on Julia Roberts all-teeth smile, follow at Chester Chivo. I have a feeling that he's going to be doing this shit all night, and every one of them is going to be funnier than the next. Dude, in fact, you know what? Hey, Chester, do me a favor. Do one, one specifically for me that says, when Joe Thornton sees that the Sharks didn't keep Drew Remenda.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God, that is so funny.
Michael Matthews, that's going to be on his gravestone.
Yeah. Or when Joe Thornton sees that John Scott got the All-Star MVP. Oh, my God. We could go all night with these. So, anyway, going forward, Game 4 Monday, another Sharks rally, in case you weren't sure. So, big party outside on Autumn starting, well, today it started at 2.
Yeah, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be from 2 to 4 outside on the street. Don't forget also, the city's also doing a little rally, I think from 12 to 6 at Cesar Chavez Park. So if you're down there early for the game, like yours truly, who has the day off, I will be excited to be there.
But if I know correctly, I don't think they're actually showing the game. There's no screens down there.
But there actually is, according to the Sharks website, they are doing a let's see, where is it? There it is. They are doing a viewing party at San Pedro Square Market for the game on Monday.
Excellent, as they should. And I like we had a suggestion from Boogie831 when Joe Thornton finds out that Marshawn Lynch left before the puck dropped, and that was reported by several people. Damon Bruce mentioned it. There was a couple other media people that mentioned it. That as soon as he was done doing his little thing, he was just there so he didn't get fined. He's all about that. He's all about not hockey, boss.
Well, it is what it is.
Which once again goes back to my thing of why did he open the door? But whatever. Anyway, moving on. Do the Sharks win Game 4? Ian?
Yeah, they have to. They have no choice. They don't win game 4. I'm getting the shovel.
All right, Eric, are you like ready to break out a toe tag if they can't pull it out in game 4?
A toe tag? No.
Yeah, that's what they put on the
No.
dead bodies.
No. No. I mean, are you guys trying to set me up for another speech? Because
No, hell
it's
no.
not over till I see somebody raise a cup.
Okay.
I will do the coach speeches. Thank you very much.
Well, he can do the coach speech, but the whole thing is, you can't be speechifying unless you have your arena secondary computer set up to do your arena voice. That's
right.
when you can do it.
Fine. Hang on.
No,
No. We don't.
No,
we're not
no.
asking you to set it up.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. I got
No,
this.
I'm gonna fight you.
Thanks, guys. Don't you dare.
I'm fighting. We're fighting. You realize AJ has control, right?
Yes, finally.
Yeah, Ian. Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Hey.
All I'm saying is,
No, it's not the same, man.
it is the same.
No.
We can go on all day and all night. But all I'm saying is this. They got one, they could do another one. And once they get in there and come out with a crowd going nuts, watch out.
It's not even the same.
Dude,
You know what?
it's not even close.
You know what? Screw you both.
Who's
Damn,
this-
where's Lanny to back to me?
I know, right? Who's the stupid son of a bitch that gave Slushy the hangout?
Oh, screw you! Screw you!
Slushy, be good. And next time, I'm glad you only asked 4 times if you can come on.
No,
Anyway, Slushy. Oh dear God, you and that towel on your head.
actually,
You wanted to talk about the atmosphere tonight, so fire away.
oh, it was awesome. I mean, when we went inside, it was like 88 outside. It was so hot. I mean, it was just, everyone wanted to get in. When they came in, everyone was loud. I mean, there was a couple "Let's Go" Pangs chants, but they got booed out. And when the Sharks came out, it was very loud. And then when clocks hit zeros and the lights went down, it just went crazy. They went back to their history a little bit. I won't spoil it all because I know you guys want to see for yourselves. But it was great. And then when they showed Marshawn Lynch, I'm a Niners fan, but that guy can get you pumped up, and that's an alright choice. But
Yeah, word was there was a Skittles truck went by outside, so that's why he left early.
Actually, I'm surprised Jeff Friesen was there because in the third period the Sharks have the alumni, and they wave the towel and stuff.
Really?
I'm surprised he didn't do it. But whatever, who cares? But yeah, I mean when Braun scored, it went crazy. When Ward scored, I thought that was a lucky one. I thought it went off the paddle, went roof. But when Donskoy scored, it went absolutely bonkers. I mean, the place was so loud, it felt like the roof was gonna come off.
Well, hold on. Let's hit this. A couple comments here on the Google chat really fast. Zach Aramian, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but says, I have to say I love how officiating is now only an issue that the Sharks have won a game. Classic Pens fans. Are you for real? Are you telling me that Pens fans are actually bitching about it? Get the fuck out of here with that mess.
They were very concerned. I saw a couple of tweets out there that Braun took down Crosby, and they are beyond pissed about the call.
Oh, go fuck yourselves. Donskoy getting tripped, Pavelski crotch checked, Ward taking a stick to the face, bleeding, no call.
Martin
go fuck yourselves.
Tripped up, taking away scoring chance. But you know what? We can agree on something. The officiating sucks.
Yeah, and it's been shit both ways.
Yeah, no, totally.
And I mean in Game 7 of the Nashville series when Pavelski scored, he was cross-checked very hard in front, and there was nothing. He ended up scoring, but there's some obvious calls at times. I mean, the ice was shit tonight, but because of the concert yesterday. Which,
but so far in this series, we've seen the entire game be be complete shit of officiating throughout the entire game. At least in the previous rounds when they stole the goal from Hurdle, they stole the goal from Pavelski, it was like once or twice where it's like, okay, that was shit. But for the rest of the game, it was actually pretty consistent and well done. This, just from puck drop till the end of the game, garbage. Just
I know,
absolute.
and the icings. I mean, they would not call icings.
Oh my God, those ridiculous non-icing calls. I saw so many tweets that said the Sharks fans, 17,500 just sarcastically cheered for an icing.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Oh my God, Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Slushy.
Oh no, go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna say, I forget. Chester Chivo just found the Finnish call of Donskoy's overtime winner, and we've heard about the Punjabi calls for the Pittsburgh ones. This might take the cake. You guys ready for this one?
Bring it on.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, someone get the audio. We need to put that on the website.
Yeah, I need the audio of that, and you need to wave that or whatever. You need to have that, download that audio because that has to open pregame on Monday. I'm just saying now.
Sounds like Homer Simpson.
Good. That is awesome. But I will. That's the other thing that we didn't touch on tonight, though, that does upset me. Oh, but hold on, quickly on the chat. Mike from at letsgosharks.com saying his section started giving standing O's for correct icing calls, which is fantastic. But another thing that did point out that we forgot to mention earlier, Ruzanowski saying a few times tonight, and not just tonight, this happened in games 1 and 2, that there was some sections of play tonight where the Sharks, it's like nobody wanted the puck. It was like they were playing hot potato.
And in the neutral zone, too.
Yeah, and it comes down to, I know how Puck Guy loves to quote other old sports movies and stuff, and for me, it was like I started thinking of, what's the one with Gene Hackman, The Replacements, where he's like, where it's just like, winners want the ball when the game is on the line, and nobody seemed to want the puck for a long stretch of the game tonight.
Yeah,
So.
and I mean when the Sharks had a delayed call and they were like controlling the second, and like Braun or Burns shot it and Pavelski had the rebound. He didn't shoot. He just stayed there. They seemed like, especially the Joes, they didn't seem like they were themselves in the series so far.
Yeah.
It seems like they're tired out.
And I should quickly credit Janet at 2 for tweeting _ who originally found the link for the Finnish goal call for Donskoy. Sorry, guys.
By the way, Janet's mom, she taught me in 5th grade. Just saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The more you know.
Do. I mean, but that really tells you how big of a family this can be. That her mom taught you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I also want to say that a couple of my teachers wore, after the Sharks won Game 6 on that day, a couple were wearing jerseys. I mean, the support for the Sharks is growing, and it's awesome. I mean, especially for you guys who have been fans for so long. It's awesome.
In fact, just a quick anecdote. I was running errands this morning, and I'm at Costco. Dude walking the opposite way, in a long aisle, full-blown Pens shirt, Pens hat, and I went like full-blown Cartman on him. I just looked at him and I was like, oh, no. And he just started laughing. He just started laughing.
Actually, I saw Doc tonight. Like section 213, and there's that space. He went into like one of the booths, but I only knew it was Doc because someone said, you do a great job. But there's definitely a lot of, I guess, NHL celebrities there tonight.
Who did you see?
I mean, there was like I said, I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It's a Stanley Cup Finals.
So we had some
It's,
celebs in the house. No problem.
yeah.
Did how many were there very many Penguins fans in the house?
Yeah, there were, and everyone had a Pittsburgh, not Penguins, Steelers, towel. They didn't have a Pens. I mean, geez, there were two guys in front of me that were like freaking getting beer the whole time, and they're all partying hard, like their goal song. But yeah, it was pretty annoying. Those towels did get annoying.
All right. Thanks for checking in, Slush. We'll see you next time.
Yes,
All
thanks.
right, thanks, guys.
Take it easy, brother.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
And like that,
he's talking, and like that, he's gone. I still am. I still can't.
Oh, but dude, Brody just posted the call.
Yes. My God. Here, because some people said I didn't have it on loud enough.
Do it
I'll
again.
do it again for you again.
Donskoi tulee läpi kiekon kanssa. Donskoi laukaa sen tekee maali! Jonas Donskoi! Chance voittaa! Suomalainen sekin ratkaisu on suman!
Oh God, that's just.
It's glorious. It's glorious.
I was gonna end the show with Ruzanowski's goal, but we might have to just do that one more time. Oh my God, that's just freaking ugh. Whew, if that doesn't get you psyched up for Game 4, I don't know what will.
What is Game 4?
Game 4 is Monday. It is freaking 43 hours away. I have a shift that I got to work 6 to 3, and it's my anniversary with Amy, so I better be good. I better go see her first, and then I'll go to San Jose on Monday morning. It's just crazy, just unreal crazy.
Okay, hold on. Excuse me for a second.
All right. Well,
I was about to talk to you for a second. I'm going. Wait a minute. That's totally shit for off air. So yeah, never mind. It was like all of a sudden we weren't on air anymore. Anyway, we've hit Game 3. We've kind of talked about what we need to do in Game 4, which is basically move your legs. I want to see 60. I still don't feel like the Sharks have played a full game in this series. I want to see from the outset legs moving, shots on goal, finding open lanes, crisp passing, just everything that we really haven't seen from the Sharks yet in this series. Once again, I go back to what I said earlier. I think we've seen the best game from the Penguins so far. I don't think we've seen nearly the best that the Sharks can show us. So I'm looking forward and hoping that we see that on Monday. I think we're about ready for final thoughts here, right?
Yes.
All right. So Ian.
You know what? Look, no matter what happens next, I mean, obviously my gut feeling is I think the Sharks can take the second game at home. Obviously, they're still going to have to steal one in Pittsburgh, but no matter what happens, I'm just glad that this night happened for the fans in San Jose, especially the ones in the arena. I mean, the 25 years to get here, and it was nice to, I'm glad that we didn't just have 4 games of tears. So I think I had I'm gonna remember this game for the rest of my life, regardless of what happens next. And I only hope it gets better from here. But if it doesn't, I'm glad I have this.
Absolutely, I'm gonna remember. I mean, especially from this series, but the game, just knowing what Braun has gone through this week, and then seeing him have back to back and starting it off with a goal, that's huge. I loved one of my. I have several pet peeves, but one of them, especially when it comes to NBC and their idea of broadcasting and presenting you coverage of sports, I really, really wish that rather than showing some pre-packaged clip thing that Doc Emmerich talks all over for 5 minutes, I would really like to see NBC, because I think baseball kind of does this. I know they do a better job of it. You know what? Show us the pageantry, for lack of a better word, but show us the presentation. Show us all the LEDs going off and the jumbotron playing the music and the shark head coming down. Really bring us into the experience. Sitting there watching a prepackaged clip does really nothing for the fans. I mean, really bring them into it. Show them all the stuff, with the LEDs. I mean, because the small part that I did see looked amazing. It looked awesome, and the fact that this time, instead of handing out the bracelets as you came in, they were tied, to a seat so they could actually move, light up certain sections and everything. So I really wish NBC would do that going forward, and really display the pageantry of it. And I think it would also do something to make people really want to go to a game, to be be inside that environment. So anyway,
Gotta be there.
Yeah, you gotta be there. Oh, don't make me do the commercial again. Yeah, that's. But anyway, go Sharks! Game 4. God, just come out, man, ass on fire.
Yeah. Just these guys pretty much hit it on the head, but come out guns a-blazing, get that first goal. If you want to see how high we can get the decibel level, I mean, just go get the first goal, and you will not believe it. You want to see what it's like in San Jose after another win Game 4. You have the momentum. You have it in Pittsburgh's head now that, okay, we let them back into the series, but hey, they took it to overtime in Game 2. We almost went to overtime in Game 1. If I were Pittsburgh, I'd be a little concerned right now, and if they'll be on their heels, and they'll be I think concerned going forward. With that, make sure you subscribe, whether it's down on the bottom or to the side. Make sure you hit up Pucknology.net for all your needs. Ian debuted the Writers' Room last night. Go ahead and check that out. That's kind of the show that's outside the Sharks hockey, where we talk about a whole bunch of other stuff.
We'll talk Sharks too, but
Sharks,
yeah.
Right.
Well, I liked last night. They did a little side note of the new Florida Panthers jerseys, which
The story of the night.
Yeah, story of the night,
Yeah,
which we can discuss another time.
Yes. And who knows if they'll change in a couple of years when Adidas takes over. But make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit Pucknology.net. We will be with you on Monday for Game 4. Definitely keep an eye out on my Twitter at PuckGuy14, also the Pucknology Twitter at Pucknology, because since I am going to be down there in San Jose early, I'm just going to be going crazy with pictures, videos, tweets, you name it. And if you see me, by all means, come say hi. I don't bite, contrary to what AJ might say. So until Monday, enjoy this one for a little bit, but back to business tomorrow. For Ian, AJ, myself, the rest of the crew, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it real fresh, and Dot Sky! Good night.